demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other urgent matters. A passionate appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic.
All right. So this is the first time in this year, 2025, we are seeing the Ohanaeze Ndigbo Forum, making a press statement calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But one thing that baffles me in this video is this. Where is the president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Senator John Azotambata? Where is he? Why is he not the one making this speech? Again, the only time we have seen Senator John Azotambata make a speech about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just a couple of months ago when he made this speech. Listen to this.
I would like to call upon the federal government of Nigeria to quickly release Nnamdi Kanu. The government has no serious advantage in keeping him. It is important that the government ensures his safety and his welfare. And the government must allow him to go and get medical treatment as quickly as possible. The government must adopt a political solution to this situation. I do not believe that the government has any serious advantage in keeping him any further. Thank you very much.
And after this, we have not seen him again. Even there is one video I saw where the Ohanaeze Ndigbo was invited. He sent a representative. So I don't really know what is happening. I don't know what is happening. But then I will allow you to listen to what they said, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo Forum, what they said, or should I call it a letter they sent to the President of Nigeria, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So listen to it, and after listening to it, you do well to drop your comment in the comment section. Honestly speaking, the year is coming to an end, and this administration just came into office since January, February this year. I have not really seen anything they did. The only thing I see they have done is to support Tinubu come 2027. I hope you know that. They have dropped a statement, a press statement rather, that they are supporting Tinubu come 2027. That no Igbo man should ever try to contest for president come 2027. That it is Tinubu. And they went on to say that Igbos will contest for president come 2035. And they are suggesting that Ojo Okalu will be the presidential candidate then. I hope you know. Anyway, that is the only thing I have seen they have done. Aside from that, I have not seen them, do any other thing. Anyway, listen to them, then you do well to drop your comment in the comment section. What to think?
Welcome to this World Press Conference titled Oka Declaration 2025. Demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other urgent matters. A passionate appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. We, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide Forum of State Presidents, rising from a crucial meeting held on the 17th day of October 2025, here in Oka in Anambra State, make an Oka Declaration 2025 via a demand and passionate appeal to His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our dear President and Father of our nation, that one, we make a safer soul demand today for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without further delay by way of this passionate appeal to His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Father of our nation, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As long as Nnamdi Kanu remains unjustly in prison, to us as Ndigbo, all Igbos are in jail. We beg you, Mr. President, to do this just one thing for Ndigbo. Look away from any sentiment and release Nnamdi Kanu to us and let Ndigbo have peace. That our dear President should also order the immediate and unconditional release of all Ndigbo in their numbers languishing in various detention facilities across Nigeria as a result of the struggle, including innocent victims of the Oyibo incidents in Rivers State. We are ready to partner His Excellency Mr. President on all issues to restore order and justice in Igbo land. While we once more appreciate Mr. President's establishment of the Southeast Investment Company as well as the Southeast Development Commission, we strongly urge Mr. President to evince his patriotic spirit that he is known for by taking extraordinary... Let me take that line again. While we once more appreciate Mr. President's establishment of the Southeast Investment Company as well as the Southeast Development Commission, we strongly urge Mr. President to evince his patriotic spirit that he is known for by taking extraordinary intentional steps to fully incorporate and integrate Ndigbo in the governance of Nigeria to give them the fullest sense of their Nigerianness in every sense of the word, particularly in the mainstream of the economic and political inclusiveness. This is because we too are Nigerians, and more critical infrastructure projects should be sited in our land. We commend Mr. Governor, His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State for his patriotism in always creating the enabling environment for legitimate Igbo advocacy. We also commend His Excellency Right Honorable Francis Nwifuru, Governor of Ebonyi State, for his enormous support for Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide, and the state chapter, along with his brother governors from the zone, urging them to go the extra mile to do the needful. In doing so, we place an inexcusable demand on all political leaders of Igbo extraction to rise and advance the release of Nnamdi Kanu and others as a national priority, as a way of restoring confidence, peace, and tranquility across Igbo land. We declare that any Igbo person working very hard behind the scene to frustrate the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and others, you know yourselves, count yourselves as enemies of Ndigbo, you shall be put to shame. By this declaration, we commend the Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide national leadership under the fatherhood of Senator John Azota Mbata for reinforcing the Igbo spirit of unity, peace, under his watch, and we compliment all his efforts on these issues accordingly for the good of Igbos all over the world and their neighbors. We demand for a deliberate federal government establishment of gas infrastructure investments in Igbo land, particularly the Southeast, where Nigeria has its highest deposits, with a view to properly localizing and reasonable proportion of benefit to the Southeast and parts of the South-South zones of Nigeria. The inclusion of Southeast Nigeria from Nigeria's high-pressure gas pipeline infrastructure, the exclusion of Southeast Nigeria from the nation's high-pressure gas pipeline infrastructure is unacceptable. The seeming snub or omission of the region from these critical gas pipeline projects, despite its substantial natural gas reserves and industrial potential, has undoubtedly reinforced long-standing negative narrative against our people. We lend support to our compatriots in calling on the National Assembly and His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our dear President, to join to actualize the creation of a Neoma state along with others in favor of our people. We further call on the federal government and the government of Edo State to ensure the protection of ancestral Igbos in Edo State, the Ibankers, to guarantee their safety and well-being from all manners of oppression and intimidation. Finally, we call on all Igbos across Nigeria and in the diaspora to participate fully in the ongoing voter registration by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, because it is in our collective and strategic best interest. Signed for all presidents of Ohanaeze Ndigbo of states, Livingstone Wechi, Rivers State President, Mazi Chukwuma Palezuku, Anambra State President, Barrister Justice Chibuzo Okoha, Ebonyi State President, Nze Barrister Chris Obialo, Imo State President, Chief Ben Ugumbo, Delta State President, for and on behalf of all state presidents of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide. Thank you.
Doesn't know the law. You don't know the law.
I'll give you a petition. I
have petition against her. Nonsense. Nonsense. Why is it when it comes to my case, they turn the law upside down? They turn the law upside down. Upside down. Upside down.
The rule.
Who are not educated. I am an educated man. I can't show them the petition for the simple reason that if you show it,
What the judge said was that the case file.
listen, this is the laws of Nigeria. The prosecution and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact.
Yes.
Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the chief judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyako what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
The Igbos are on trial. This is a war against the Igbos. Of course, you are here when the president ordered the police and the army to go and negotiate and have a discussion with the terrorists and the non-bandits in this town. And somebody that is exercising his rights as given to him by the constitution, both local and international legislations, and you say that he should enter trial. Trial for what? What is it trial? What are you trying for? Do you have even jurisdiction? Does the court have jurisdiction to entertain this particular matter? Somebody that has been discharged by court of appeal. So we don't want to go into that. This is a trial again. These Igbos are on trial. This is a persecution, not a prosecution. And I stand by it. And I'm calling the entire Nigerians. It's the Igbos and the Nandekalu today. It can be another person tomorrow, and we should stand against it. That's why we are protesting. Why should we be treating a human being like this? Simply because the offense Nandekalu committed is because he's an Igbo man. Can you do it somebody from the north? Can you do it somebody from the west? You cannot. People have been agitating. So has been going around agitating for Republic of Oduduwa. Have you ever arrested him? The answer is no, because Nandekalu is an Igbo, and they feel that nobody can speak with him for him, and we are saying no to that. We can never be intimidated. Nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. Nobody is a second-class citizen in this country, and we are going to fight it. I'm begging judiciary to not allow yourself to be used. They know what they are doing. Are you telling me that it was on the 13th? Court gave you 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you now produce the document on the 13th, and you kept it with you. You did not allow us to go and see our client with it, only for you to serve us 5 minutes before court is sitting, and you ask us to respond. Is this injustice or injustice, for goodness sake? We should call evil, and when you call evil, it will stop existing.
You can say that defense had no ample opportunity to react to it. It was more of an ambush. But nonetheless, the court had ordered further that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be examined by the Nigerian Medical Association. That examination was never carried out, and the order was entered on 26 September and restated on 8 October. That part of the order was disobeyed. They never examined him. So the report is based on some informal meeting they held with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as far back as 18th September at the DSS headquarters in Abuja. They were invited to do that by the DSS. The court and the DSS are not the same. So what we have in court, or what we were served in court today, quite frankly, we cannot be sure where it emanated from. Did it emanate from assumption, or did it emanate from the examination carried out on 18th September before the court entered an order on 26th September? So we were quite surprised, flummoxed, and we felt a bit disadvantaged, but the proceedings had to continue at pace as the court wanted it. So at the end of the day, the court made a conclusion and a ruling that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must enter his defense from the 24th of October and conclude his defense by the 30th of October. So basically, it's a 6-day trial window that we're looking at there.
So how fit is the defense now? How fit is the defense counsel, defense team particularly, entering the defense now? How ready are you guys?
Well, you see, lawyers are trained to be ready for any eventuality. But the justice of the matter is another case altogether. I choose not to comment on that.
So wait, we have to comment. Sorry, sir. I'm one of. This is a public document. Brought in by the medical council through the prosecution. So they serve us this thing today. And if you watch there in this particular medical report, you can see all the ailments they say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering from. And surprisingly, somebody that has all these particular issues, you now, in the last paragraph, to say that from your own distance, he can stand trial. Somebody that is passing through all these ailments. Having said that, too, go to make a consequential order. Say, please, go and examine him and report back to me. They never examine Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only for them to come up with this report. Nigerian Medical Council, they should be very careful because this is a professional body and you are expected to act professionally. In your report, you are expected, I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm a practicing lawyer. You are expected to show that on this particular day, we obtained his specimen. We carried out this lab and the lab showed this, and we are talking about somebody's life, for goodness sake. You cannot just enter into your office room and you open your system and start writing trash. And you want court to rely on it. And surprisingly, we are expected to take a date for us to go. And because when the court gave us an opportunity to respond, we are ought to have taken a date to confer from our clients. It was when Nnamdi Kanu said, what? We are the people that even gave Nnamdi Kanu this thing. When the court was about to sit, we are talking about somebody's life. Of course, as a matter of this thing, the Igbos are on trial. This is a war against the Igbos. Of course, you are here when the president ordered the police and the army to go and negotiate and have a discussion with the terrorists and the non-bandits in this town. And somebody that is exercising his rights as given to him by the constitution, both local and international legislations, and you say that he should enter trial. Trial for what? What is it trial? What are you trying for? Do you have even jurisdiction? Does the court have jurisdiction to entertain this particular matter? Somebody that has been discharged by court of appeal. So we don't want to go into that. This is a trial again. These Igbos are on trial. This is a persecution, not a prosecution. And I stand by it. And I'm calling the entire Nigerians. It's the Igbos and the Nnamdi Kanu today. It can be another person tomorrow, and we should stand against it. That's why we are protesting. Why should we be treating a human being like this? Simply because the offense Nnamdi Kanu committed is because he's an Igbo man. Can you do it somebody from the north? Can you do it somebody from the west? You cannot. People have been agitating. So has been going around agitating for Republic of Oduduwa. Have you arrested him? The answer is no, because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo, and they feel that nobody can speak with him for him, and we are saying no to that. We can never be intimidated. Nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. Nobody is a second-class citizen in this country, and we are going to fight it. I'm begging judiciary not allow yourself to be used. They know what they are doing. Are you telling me that it was on the 13th? Court gave you 2 weeks. 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you now produce the document on the 13th, and you kept it with you. You did not allow us to go and see our client with it, only for you to serve us 5 minutes before court is sitting, and you asked us to respond. Is this injustice or injustice, for goodness sake? We should call evil, and when you call evil, it will stop existing. That is our submission. Thank you.
No evaluation. You come up with your office. You didn't carry out any evaluation.
When you call evil, it will stop existing. That is our submission. Thank you.
No evaluation. You come up with your office. You didn't carry out any evaluation.
Who they shout for my rep member? Who are you?
Before the call. Yes.
We understand that the court has denied it.
All right. So, what do you make of it? Drop your comment in the comment section. All right. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you.